Nairobi.
In related news, victims, residents and rights groups have welcomed the KNCHR reparations report, but they warn that compensation alone will not deliver justice. They're now calling for a transparent payment process, prosecution of perpetrators and stronger safeguards against police brutality during demonstrations. Violet Auma with the details.
For victims and families of human rights violations, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights report has reopened painful memories. Some lost relatives, some were injured, detained, tortured, sexually violated, or lost property during protest and other violations. While the Commission has proposed compensation for verified victims, those affected say the process must not end with money. In Nakuru, human rights activist Laban Musundi says the report is welcome but incomplete.
We support mambo ya compensations, but kuna gap katika mambo hiyo, the entire process. You cannot compensate someone na wale ambao ni perpetrators wa those violence, wale ambao maskari ambao waliua. Hakuna hata mmoja ambaye amekuwa arrested.
Musundi says taxpayers should not keep paying violations committed by individuals who remain free, warning that without accountability, similar violations could recur ahead of 2027.
Kweli ni kwamba hii pesa ambayo inatumika katika kucompensate ingeenda katika mahospitali kununua madawa, ingetengeneza barabara zetu.
In other parts of the country, residents say compensation must be transparent and must reach the right families.
So how transparent is the process? Because when we talk about a paltry number of around 1,000 individuals or households being compensated, but then we've known that protests in the country have affected tens of thousands of Kenyans. So how comprehensive was this exercise that mapped out these families? Are we having the risk that there are families that will go unheard, families that will go unappreciated? How will we ensure that the government agencies, the police personnel, and also the other state organs who have been silent on their jobs are held accountable so that we can have a fair, just and accountable process?
My concern now is about the transparency and accountability. I want to tell the body, the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, and any other person that is outside there, that has been given these responsibilities to see to it that these monies reach out to these families.
They also want clarity on whether all victims have been captured or whether some families may be left out. Lawyer Nelson Harvey has also questioned compensation without clear liability. Harvey further says the process should not become a blanket political payout, but a lawful reparations mechanism anchored on evidence, accountability, and due process.
Any well-meaning defender of the Constitution must dismiss this report. It cannot be that individuals who are known, who can be identified, who can be held personally responsible will escape liability for the people of Kenya, you and I, to be punished from the taxes we pay in the name of compensation of these victims.
Rights groups are also pushing the state to go beyond compensation. International Justice Mission Kenya Country Director Vincent Chahale says the government should also operationalize the Victim Protection Act and fund the Victim Protection Board to protect victims of the past, present, and future violations. He says safeguards are needed to ensure no person is killed or maimed by police or other law enforcement agencies during demonstrations. The Kenya National Commission on Human Rights has recommended compensation, medical support, rehabilitation, public acknowledgement, and guarantees that violations do not recur. But Kenyans now say reparations must come with accountability, or the country risks compensating victims today while creating new ones tomorrow.
How can we ensure that we have frameworks that this does happen again? How can we ensure that the court processes are being fastened so that we can get justice for the family?
Well, that story leads us